Excellent. 恭喜发财，新年快乐, Happy Lunar New Year! Me and Arrow are here to give you an update on my biceps tenodesis labrum repair surgery that I had a little bit over a year ago. It's been a long time. I made some major improvements and strength gains, and I'd like to share them with you. Get down, Arrow. That's enough. My arm has beefed up a bit, right? It's still out to the side a little bit, more than it naturally would be since they moved the attachment point. You can compare it to this arm, but I just got a tattoo yesterday, so you can't really see. Anybody know what transformer that is? It's a classic right there. Gotta get that finished up soon. Anyway, where do we leave off? Around 3 months after surgery, I went to the surgeon and they said, you are cleared to do whatever you want, basically, which was a little scary. And I was like, anything? They said anything. So I started upping the weights, doing a lot of shoulder stuff. I had some small setbacks here and there, but it never lasted for more than a day or two. And the strength, like they said, the strength really did come back pretty fast. But there's still pain. I still have pain these days, you know? It's never gonna be the same as it was, you know? You tore your labrum, it's injured. It's never gonna be the same. But if you are an athlete like I am, an active person, it's in your best nature to get it fixed because your performance is never gonna be at the level that it used to be if you don't get it fixed, you know? You're always gonna have to make compromises in the way you move, avoid certain things, and I don't wanna live like that. I don't know about you, but I can't live like that. You know, I'm a high-level athlete. In addition to being a mechanic, I'm a Muay Thai fighter, you know, so I wanted to get back to that as soon as possible. I'm going to show you some of the things that I do to warm up every time I work out. So you come over here to the wall. Since you had this surgery, you're always going to have to work on range of motion, you know, so I always like to do that first. One of the things I like to do, get into an athletic stance. You know, sometimes I'll bring my hand a little bit away from the wall to make sure my arm is rotated out a little bit, and I'll just step through. And sometimes I'll pulse a little bit, go a little further each time, right? Feels really good. Sometimes I'll keep that elbow on the wall, and I'll go up and down, always squeezing my shoulders together in the back, right? My posture is so much better after all this shoulder stuff. And like with everything, I do it on both sides because obviously I have shoulder problems or else I wouldn't have torn this labrum in the first place, right? So take care, you want to have both shoulders healthy. You can also put your back against the wall, put your butt and your shoulders against the wall, head against the wall, right? Put your knife hand up against the wall and try and get up there. Try and stay flat against the wall as long as you can. I do these before, like probably every other day before I start working out. And I work out hard for about 2 or 3 hours every day. Go a little bit further each time. Sometimes you can come away from the wall a little bit just to get the whole way up. Feels really good, really sets those arm bones rotated out, you know, into a safe spot. I'll do that. Then I want to start working on a little bit of strength too with my rotator cuffs. You always want to fire up your rotator cuffs before you start doing, whether it's cardio that you do or heavy lifting, which I do a little bit of both, you know. I do fighting sports, but I also work in strength training once or twice a week too. So ideally I would have a weight in both hands, but I only have one weight at home, so you can do this with a weight. Sometimes I'll just grab a plate, like a 5-pound plate. You can do it first without weight. It's going to be a lot harder than you expect. But I'll hinge back into a hip hinge, make sure my shoulders are down, away from my ears, retracted, elbows up. I'll rotate my arms up, kind of like those rotator cuff exercises we did before. and then extend out without hiking my shoulders up to my face. Keeping them back in the pocket. Boom, elbows up, rotate up, extend out. Do like 10 to 20 of these before you start either lifting weights or doing cardio or doing like boxing like I do, right? I couldn't really throw punches that well until like 6 months after surgery. Before that, I was doing some light shadow boxing, just, you know, not actually hitting anything, just throwing some punches out. Sometimes it would start feeling a little stiff. But about 6 months out, I started putting a glove on and actually lately like hitting a bag. You know, 8 months after I started actually hitting pads like I normally would. It would get sore if I overused it, but you know, it never lasted a couple hours after that. Now I'm full swing training again, hoping to fight again in the next 6 months. I'm getting up there in age, so I don't have a lot of time left. But I feel pretty good. Sometimes, 95% of the time, my shoulder feels fine. There's a little bit of clicking and stuff when I move it around, which doesn't worry me. But once in a while, if there's a jolt that I don't expect or something, I can have pain that'll shoot through my shoulder, and it can be really scary. But like I said, it never lasts more than till like the next morning. It goes away. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's just scar tissue moving around or what's going on. But that's been happening throughout the whole year of working out, and it used to last longer. It used to last like 2 or 3 days that pain would stick around, and it's gradually getting shorter that it goes away. So that has to be a good sign. You know, I try not to worry about it too much. Like I said, I'm an active guy, and I'm gonna continue to be active, you know, so I can't just worry about this all the time. Another thing I use to warm up is, like I said before, the push-up plus. Really get through your range of motion and the strength of your shoulders. You can start off on your elbows, do it like that. And put a little bit more weight on by coming up on straight arms, but really round out the whole way and sink the whole way in. Really strengthen those shoulders out. I've gotten my shoulders so much stronger now than they used to be. It's great. And I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue doing this as long as I stay active. I've even been learning how to do a one-arm push-up. Let's see how it goes. This is how far I've gotten. So I spent about 4 weeks learning the correct way to do one without twisting your body and like doing all kinds of weird stuff. See, I had to help myself a little bit there, but that wasn't too bad, right? I'm pretty proud of it. But that's on the side that I had a labrum surgery and a biceps tenodesis on 1 year ago, so that's pretty impressive. You know, I think the shoulder is stronger than it has been in years. I've learned a lot about my shoulders, and I continue to do a lot of the rehab stuff, the PT stuff, the stretching, and it's really impacted my daily life. I've been back to work as a mechanic, and I've been back training as a Muay Thai fighter for 4 or 5 months now, and you know, I feel better than ever. So good luck to everybody. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments below. Good luck.